Hello and welcome to our Bible study. This Bible study is the one after Easter Day, and what I wanted to do is just pick up the theme of what I was speaking on Easter Day and put it into more of a Bible study, more of a reflection, more kind of things to really think about and ponder and look at. Now, one of the things I've noticed when I've watched back these videos is with my camera that I'm using, or my phone that I'm using, is that there's a little bit kind of autofocus that is going on, lighting sometimes in and out. I have tried to have a look at to see if I can stop that from autofocusing. Unfortunately, I couldn't, so I'm afraid just have to put up with a little bit of that going on. I've also changed my background, gone for more sparkles this time. Anyway, so just to kind of vary it a little bit for us. But anyway, let's get into the Bible study. So the Bible study itself, we were looking at on Sunday, on Easter Day, 2 Kings, chapter 7 was the bulk of it. And what my kind of suggestion is, and what I kind of hinted at in the sermon itself, is to kind of read this whole story of what's going on in the Bible. So it's 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 24 to the end, which is verse 33, and then continue on 2 Kings chapter 7, and basically all of that chapter, which is 1 to 20. So it's not a massive amount to read, but it's worthwhile just kind of picking up the whole of the story just to see exactly what is going on. In my sermon also I mentioned Acts chapter 1, and it's probably worthwhile reading verses 1 to 11. And in particular, and the reason why I use that rather than the Matthew reading is the Great Commission, Jesus going back up to heaven. Matthew 28 is probably more of a one that we know well, but it's worth looking up just to compare it really. That's Matthew 28, 16 to 20. But the reason why I picked the Acts, well, 2 reasons actually. The first reason is because it had the word Samaria in there, and the referencing actually for those lepers going back into Samaria. So just a little kind of link. But actually I think what the important part was for me is it also says you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you. And this is important, as I believe without the Holy Spirit working in us, working through us, that I believe we're not going to be as useful or as effective as we could be when we go to people to give them the good news of what Jesus has done in our life. Hopefully a lot of what I wanted to say has been said on Sunday, so I'm going to try not to repeat myself too much, but getting to the questions I think is the important part. But it's really concentrating on us being the lepers today, being those people with good news to share. Basically, that's the reference of the lepers. And I guess really what it is spending some time just reflecting on our role in evangelism. And so we have, I got 4 questions for us to kind of look at and ponder. Some of the questions have got an A and a B to it. And also there's a practical bit as well. So what we're going to do now is, after I finish speaking, then the questions will come up on the screen. And as you look at those questions, just pause the video if you wish, just to spend a bit of time in reading the question and kind of discussing it if you can with somebody, or just to kind of ponder by yourself. And then when you're ready, if you want to take notes, you're welcome to. Then press play again just to move on to the next questions. Okay, and hope you have a great time studying. Hope for me it's a challenge. I'm going to do my bit of the end part now, which you'll kind of figure out what that is in a little while. I may even post it up as well onto this YouTube channel if I feel it's kind of noteworthy enough to do. To just give you an example. And yeah, that's it. So we'll see you on the other side. Cheerio.